spit illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Paddy, and Big Bry.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on in to Legal Ham to the Face. Happy St. Paddy's Day to everybody today. Happy March Madness to everybody today. Man, Bri, it's been, and happy Meteor breaking the sound barrier today, scaring the shit out of everybody in Northeast Ohio. How about that, buddy?
I didn't hear it, but I was pretty far south, so I don't even know if I was able to or if I was outside, if I would have. Did you hear it?
Hope says she heard it here at the house, and it shook the house.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
but she did say that
freaky.
You need to go start scavenging in southern Medina County, because that's where some of the pieces of the meteorite broke up at. So you better take your ass down there and find some.
Have you or her seen pictures of what was left? Like, I wonder how big it was.
Oh, not of what's left. We saw it coming in, though. So, like,
no, I mean, like the fragments, the stuff that they found down in Medina.
Oh, that I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what's left over, but that's where they said it was going to be at. So, hey, might as well, man. So, but how's your week been?
Great. Fantastic. Other than some snow squalls today, having to drive through all that, it's been pretty great.
I mean, you got to be riding high. Michigan, #1 seed. Toledo,
except for yeah, almost. I'm sick of almost. Should have finished them off. That was heartbreaker.
That's all right. At least you got something to cling on to for March Madness, because I have a feeling that Ohio State's going to get trounced in the first round.
The first round? You're not even giving them a win over TCU?
No.
Oh, boy. Well, they had a good showing against Michigan last week.
Bri, they're a football school. They're not a basketball school.
You can be both. You don't have to be one or the other.
No, you can't.
Alabama's haven't been bad the last few years.
Yeah, still. But Alabama's football teams kind of went.
Yeah, they're not what they once were with Saban. That's for sure.
Not even close. All right, find one and get superpowers. See, there you go, Bri.
What is that? Is that in relation to the meteor, or what's that?
That's in relation to the meteor.
Oh. I was thinking of like Joe Dirt. I'd just haul it around, and if I found one, haul it around in my little wagon and just take it everywhere I go. And what did it end up being? Like a frozen turd from an airplane?
Yeah. Is that see that right there? That's a peanut. You got a space turd.
Ew, you're eating off of it.
Dipping ketchup on it. What a great movie. Oh my God. All right. So today, guys, we are getting into St. Paddy's Day, obviously, for Fat Boy Tuesday. It is tournament time. We are going to be talking some March Madness, talking about the Browns coming up here with wide receiver free agents and what to do next with them. Also, Cavs and what concerns you about this team going into the playoffs. And finally, our top 3 sandwich places in Cleveland, Bri, that are not subs, not burgers, not fast food, but I'm talking delis and dives, buddy.
Can they be restaurants?
Yeah, they can be restaurants.
Okay.
Like, hold on. Are you talking chain restaurants or just?
There's more than one of them,
okay.
But they're not like Applebee's or nothing.
Okay, we can do that one then. We can do that one.
Okay.
All right, Bri. Well, buddy, let's get the show started off right. You got any shout-outs this week, my friend?
Yeah, I think my only shout-out, you kind of touched on it there. I was going to shout out the Toledo Rockets for almost getting to the big dance. The closest, well, we've been the bridesmaid now probably 6 or 7 times in my lifetime. But the last time they made it was 1980. So we're coming up on Cleveland sports territory here with that kind of drought. So came down to the wire. Your boy was hedging his bets a little bit at halftime when they were up 12, putting some dollars on Akron. So just in case we find a way to blow it, which we did, I still benefit a little bit from it. So I felt dirty doing it, but it was a great game. Really up until the end, up until the final shot. That kid from I think Shaker Heights, who goes to Akron, just ice water in his veins, like did it all himself and nothing but net. It was just a perfect shot. So tip your caps to them. There was a time halftime, I'm starting to talk myself into like, well, shoot, could there be 3 teams from the MAC make it? Like Toledo gets the automatic bid, and then Miami and Akron. You know, Akron's had a heck of a season. I think they've only lost like 4 or 5 games. So certainly they would be deserving, but no, the committee kind of disrespects the MAC year in and year out, and a team wins every single game in the regular season and they get a play-in game. Freaking,
that's kind of ridiculous.
No, absolutely. Like that, you had to put them in, because if you didn't, then you're basically saying the regular season is complete BS. It's a non-factor. You're just wasting your time because you can win every game and still not get there. So you had to put them in, and they just find the lowest possible spot to put them in there. So
they
pretty disrespectful.
Seed, though.
It's not a true 11 seed. Put them in the tournament at an 11 seed. That's what they deserved. You know, I know strength of schedule wasn't great, but you win every single game when you take the floor. I'm not saying they're maybe, can make a run or anything like that, but what you did in the regular season, you deserve at least a top 12 seed.
Well, Brian, I might be stupid, but I think I have them as my Cinderella team going to the Sweet 16.
That would be awesome. That would be great for the MAC. Certainly they need to be motivated. Something's happened. Yeah. Like even before the UMass game, they had a couple games where they just barely won by like 1 or 2 points. So they're not as dominant as they once were. So, and Akron, rightfully so, was probably the favorite going into the MAC tournament, just being the better team, even though they didn't have the resume in Miami. But you hate to see that. Any conference, really. You go undefeated, that pretty much should be automatically in the big dance, not playing.
Yeah, I agree, buddy. I agree, but I'm sorry. Toledo got snubbed.
They didn't get snubbed. No, they didn't have a chance. They blew it. They had their chance, and up 12 at halftime, you take that pretty much anytime you take the court against Akron, and then they just kind of couldn't finish it off. So good effort, though. I was proud of them. I told you I kind of started getting, I can't remember, is it back on the wagon, back off the wagon? That's when it started on Saturday night. when you blow a lead like that, it's like, well, Mr. Conway's Irish Ale, that'll dig me out of this ditch.
So Justin said, wow, it's been 46 years since Toledo's been in it.
Yeah, it's a shocker, because they've won the MAC regular season several times in the last like 15 years, but they've just never won the tournament. And in the MAC, that's the only way you get in, is if you win the tournament. It's stupid.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Brian. The only shout outs I got are birthday shout outs. I got my cousin Brent. I got my sister Jess. I got one of my best friends, Dojo, who's March 20th. So just a whole bunch of shout outs for them. Just happy birthday to all of them, because I didn't get to them last time. Plus, I'm probably missing a whole bunch too. So, forgive me if I forgot your birthday, because I'm not the greatest at that. So apologies. Bri, do you want to start out with March? I think we should say March Madness till the end.
That's fine.
Kind of want to do a little rapid fire March Madness bracket with you.
Sure.
All right. All right, let me see if I can get us entered in. But we are going to get into our show, and we're going to bump it off with some Cleveland headlines. Oh, no, we got trivia. Crap, I forgot trivia right out of the gate. I'm sorry. Trivia, which is brought to you by City Dogs
There you
Cleveland.
go.
Fatty
Yep.
failed on
Love
that one.
City Dogs.
Love City Dogs Cleveland. They do have kennels full, so please, hold on, as I do this. And Fatty failed. As I do this, please go help out a City Dog for City Dogs Cleveland. Like I said, the kennels are full. They need people to be dogs to be adopted. So if you can, please adopt them. If you can't, volunteer and donate. Help out a City Dog when you can. It is trivia time. Here we go. All right, Brian, it is your turn for trivia, my friend. Give it to me.
Well, we got college basketball that time of year, so I'm looking for what active coach, I should say, has the most tournament wins.
Active coach has most tournament wins.
There's actually two of them, so bonus points if you get both coaches, and then bonus points if you can tell me who has the most tournament wins all time for coaches.
Is he dead?
But I'm looking for no. I'm looking for pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm not good at this game. I'm really like there was times where I thought Joe Paterno was alive for like 5 years, and then like no, he died 2015. I'm like, oh, I kind of remember that, but not really.
Okay. All right. So most tournament wins, and there's two of them, right?
Active head coaches among active head coaches. Yep. Two tied at the top.
All right. I like it. I think I got it. Not going to tell you till the end, though. We're going to lock it in. All right. It's time for your Cleveland headlines, Brian. All right, we start out with your Cleveland Browns, Brian. It's been a kind of quiet free agency tracker for them after the first day. We did get a defensive tackle from, I believe, the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it has been quiet in the forefront and not a lot of buzz for anything right now. Sounds like they're kind of staying pat. Hopefully we maybe make another splash coming up, but I don't think we're going to do anything until after the draft. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've got to be eventually the salary cap is a real thing. So we've got to be getting close to that. That's why we're not making any more ancillary moves. We kind of did what we're going to do. We had a goal of sharpening the offensive line, getting veterans in here, getting versatile guys, and I think they've done that. But one position that's a glaring need that we've yet to address is wide receivers. So I think that kind of says a lot about what they're thinking in the draft.
Look at that great segue right there, Bryce. So with you segueing over to the wide receiver room, which we're going to hit in deep tonight, Brian, you believe that a wide receiver one is on this current Browns team?
Well, I don't know how you could say that. I mean, there was a time, maybe this time last year, we said Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
But no way.
Okay. All right. So how would you upgrade this wide receiver room? Would you do it through free agency? Because we can go through the list of wide receiver free agents, which there is a lot of. Or would you do it in the draft, Bri? And the reason why I say that is Andrew Berry has, kids, put your earmuffs on, has fucking sucked drafting wide receivers for your Cleveland Browns.
Amongst other positions.
Offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bri, what do you think? Do you think we can find our wide receiver one? Are we going to find them in the draft, or are we going to find one in free agency? Because there's a couple big names still out in free agency.
Well, tell me a couple big names that could potentially because I'm not super up to date on who's still available wide receiver wise. If there's anybody you can think of that we can still potentially bring in.
So right now we got Tyreek Hill,
Oh yeah, right. I kind of forgot about him.
Stephon Diggs.
Ugh. Yeah, I guess
I know.
technically probably number one, right?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say Curtis Samuel. He's on there. Debo is up there.
Right. Yeah, I guess I did forget about some guys.
Jawan Jennings.
Not if Shelby Harris is here. He'll kill him.
That's right. DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Keenan Allen. Now, all these are older. They are all
Sure.
older.
Sure, right.
So, but I mean, as of right there, there's probably the top ones. You have some other ones down below that might be interesting. I mean, Christ Juju's still in here. How the hell? Sky Moore would be an interesting.
Okay.
I think. Let's see here. Brandon Cooks. Valdez Scantling, who can't do anything. Hey, you want to bring back James Prochet?
That's my guy. I love James Prochet. No, he's more of a returner, though. I don't know if he's even caught a ball for us. That's saying a lot.
Gabe Davis?
Yeah, he certainly would be somebody who you might be able to bring in like 1 year deal, $2 or $3 million.
Well, let's just go with the top three. You got Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, and Debo. They are all over 30 years old. So if you are bringing them in, they will probably be a wide receiver one for about a year or two and maybe help you groom your next wide receiver one.
The only one that I would kind of think of would be Debo. I think Stephon Diggs, he should probably be out of the league. I don't think anybody. He's just such... I don't know. He still has a little bit left in the tank, but it doesn't ever seem like... And maybe this is me being a bitterman talking about how I just needed 50 yards from him in the Super Bowl to get me third place and win a bunch of money in this fantasy thing, and he couldn't even do that. So still a little bitter from that, but I just don't think he's a winning player. I don't know why anybody would want to bring him in to be their number one or to be anybody you count on. And Tyreek Hill, kind of same boat, and he's dealing with the injury. Certainly Tyreek Hill in a place like Cleveland, I feel like Tyreek Hill is kind of a Antonio Brown type player to where he needs a lot of attention and he needs a lot of management from your coaching staff and just how
What are you
to...
talking about? We got it right here.
So that would be like throwing a proximity mine into that locker room. If anybody upsets him, he's just bound to go off. So yeah, but Debo, I'll consider Debo. I still think, if we are up against the cap, I don't know how we would really be able to afford him. And, unless there's no other suitors, I would assume he would rather go to a team that might contend for something this year. Unless he's a huge Shedeur Sanders fan, in which case I'd be fine bringing him in. But then the other name that you mentioned that kind of intrigued me a little bit was Keenan Allen, just because I feel like he's a consummate pro, and he's a guy that you can count on. I don't know how much he has left in the tank. He was never really a burner, but he's somebody that just, because you're just going to have a bunch of young guys. You're just going to have a bunch of inexperienced wide receivers, and just hope that works out for you. It would be nice to get somebody other than Jerry Jeudy that has actually contributed to a team in the NFL. So you get him cheap. If you still think that he moves pretty good, then I'd be open to that one.
What are your thoughts on Isaiah Bond, Bri?
He's a mid-round rookie. He still has potential, I think. They always say the most improvement a player makes is from year one to year two. So if he wants to be in this league, and this kind of can be said for Shedeur Sanders as well. Are you sitting back there and are you thinking, man, I had such a great rookie year. Look how great I am. I figured it out. I'm just going to keep working hard and blah, blah, blah. Or are you going to be like, listen, my entire NFL career might come down to what I do in this offseason. Because I think that's what it is. I think either Shedeur Sanders can make that next step, either Isaiah Bond can make that next step to where they're, contributing to this franchise for years to come, or if they fall flat on their face, they may never get another chance again in the NFL to be a starting player. So how are they approaching this offseason? Like, this is quite literally do or die for their NFL career, because they weren't a top 5, top 10 pick to where they can just flounder around for a couple years. So yeah, Isaiah Bond has talent. He has speed, which is his superpower. But there's a lot of fast guys. So if he doesn't do anything, I know we gave him a 3-year deal, and I think it was fully guaranteed. But it wasn't for a ton of money. So
No.
I assume they'll keep him for this year. But if he doesn't do anything, yeah, cut him and eat the $5 million or whatever. We know the Browns aren't scared of having a major dead cap hit. So, yeah, they'll get rid of him.
Okay. All right, Brian. I am looking over the wide receivers in the draft now, and I'm on NFL Draft Buzz right now. Okay? And we're going to go in order. We'll go so they have the top 10.
Okay.
So the top 10 in the draft, number 1, they have Jordan Tyson. Now, the top 3 are all within decimal points of each other, but they have Jordan Tyson, Lemon, Tate as the top 3. Lemon, I think he's just too short. I don't think we need a 5'11" wide receiver. Do you?
I don't think 5'11" is that short. If he was 5'8" or something, maybe I would have more of an issue. I don't think 5'11". I'm not super familiar with his game. A lot of people want to, have a comp to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but that's a very high bar right now to set it, because Amon-Ra is probably a top 5 receiver. So that's a very high comp right now. And then the other thing I would say is Amon-Ra St. Brown was a 3rd or 4th round pick. So it's not like he was that great coming out of college. He just kind of fell into a great situation, and then he worked his butt off. So to compare him to a guy like that, I think that's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, as far as his size, it's not ideal size. His speed, it's not ideal speed. They say he plays faster than what he ran at the combine. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to taking him. But obviously you have to do your due diligence and try to figure out if he's somebody who's going to keep working hard, or if he's somebody who says, I'm a 1st round pick and I'm good to go. I'm just going to catch a bunch of balls.
Would you be okay with either of those 3 being a Browns pick?
I would be okay with it. Again, I don't know if any of them are really worthy of a top 10 pick. Trade down and just kind of figure out whoever's left from those 3 and take them at 12 or 14 or something. But I understand you can't just force teams to trade up with you. So if you're stuck at 6, you have to take one of them. I'll probably be able to talk myself into just about any of them.
Okay. Is there one in the later round? I mean, I would be all right with any 3 of them, but I'm kind of like you. At 6, I'm still kind of leery because I still think we need an offensive lineman. I still think we need a left tackle before we really need to address wide receiver and shore up our offensive line. Or at least try to get let's be honest, Brian, try to get our 15-year left tackle in this draft if we can. But I doubt we will because, Andrew Berry loves swings and misses when it comes to the offensive line also. So it's going to be a tough one. But if they do trade down, I mean, I would be all right with any of those 3. I think those are the top 3 coming out. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have my Ohio State bias where, yeah, I'd love for it to be Carnell Tate. But if it's any one of those 3, I think I would be okay with. The only one that scares me a little bit is Tyson because of his injuries.
Right.
But other than that, I think I'd be okay with them. I mean, do you have one in the later rounds that you're kind of looking at that you got your eye on that if they pick them up in like the third or fourth round, you'd be excited about?
I would say, well, going back to the top three, I think you make a good point with Tyson with his injury concerns. But also, I would say I think he might have the highest ceiling. I think if he didn't have those injury concerns, he might be the clear-cut number one. So it might be like a higher risk, higher reward pick. You know, he might struggle with injuries throughout the NFL and doesn't really become much of anything, kind of like a Courtney Brown. Or if he can, put all his injuries behind him, he might be the best of the three. But as far as guys I'm looking at later in the rounds, I haven't dove too deep into that. I would just say I'm not going to freak out if you don't get a wide receiver with your first couple picks, because like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, I think it's maybe one of the deepest positions in the draft. So I think if I'm Andrew Berry, I'm kind of looking at what I did last year in drafting two of the same position. And I think it's maybe even more important than drafting two quarterbacks or drafting two running backs, because most of the time these two draft picks can be on the field at the same time as each other. So, if we don't get one in the first round, again, I won't freak out. I think you almost have to. I would be very disappointed if they didn't get one with their first three picks.
Yeah.
And then ideally, I would like to leave the draft with two, preferably in the top 5 rounds, if I had to say. But I'm starting to like more and more the either one of the Indiana wide receivers. This Omar Cooper, if we can get him at the top of the second round, that would be great. I feel like his draft stock is rising, so you might have to take him with your second pick in the first round, and they've already had him in for a visit, so they're at least considering him. And then the Sanat kid, I don't know if he would be a third or fourth round pick, but again, sometimes just being on a championship team and playing with a quarterback that gets it and is a professional that can kind of, what's the old saying? The high tide raises all ships. So I think I would think they would benefit from playing in that system and playing with that quarterback, and they would be maybe a little more NFL ready than a lot of the prospects coming out.
Now, you have to refresh my memory. Is Cooper the one that came up with all the big catches for Indiana?
Specifically the one against Penn State. That was like catch of the year type stuff.
Okay. All right, now I remember him. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I don't. It's just, obviously we watch Indiana football, especially through the playoffs and stuff, but I also remember a kid that no matter what happened, Mendoza would throw it up against Ohio State, and somehow this kid would always come down with it. And I didn't remember if it was Cooper or not.
Yeah, but honestly, they both made big plays. I don't know who made the big 3rd and 2 against Ohio State where Mendoza just kind of threw it up and the wide receiver made the play. I don't know. That might have been Snot now that I think of it, but I'm not sure.
Now, Chris came up with a great question for us. Thank you, Chris, for joining in. He said, would you be upset with an O-line and O-line with her first rounders and then a wide receiver in the second?
No, I wouldn't be upset. I would say maybe I would be a little disappointed because the good organizations, the good GMs that really know how to pick players, they're able to find starting offensive linemen in the 3rd and 4th round. The fact that we had 2 first rounders and we use it on 2 offensive linemen, I would be a little disappointed in that because we were just so inept in other positions that I really feel like there's difference makers to be had in the first round. And, you wasted on, not waste, because offensive line is super important, But yeah, I just feel like you should be able to find pretty good players in the second, third, fourth. I mean, look at what the Chiefs do. That makes me sick that they had Creed Humphrey fall to them in the end of the second, and then they took Trey Smith in the 5th round when nobody else wanted to touch him. Like, just do something like that. That's everybody knew going into, for whatever reason they fell. But yeah, step up and take one of those guys that's just free fall. This center for Indiana, I think, obviously, like we talked last week, the NFL devalues the center position, so he's probably not going to be taken super early. If he falls to round 3 or 4, I'd snatch him up in a second. I wish we took the center last year from Georgia rather than Dylan Gabriel. And so when they're there for you, you just got to turn in the ticket. You don't have to use first rounders on them.
Yeah.
What do you think? Would you be disappointed?
I would, something, I would be, and I got a different reasoning than you, Bri. Because yes, I want an offensive lineman in the first round, no matter what. I believe if you get that offensive lineman in the first round, but the reason why I would like a wide receiver in the first round too, Bri, is that elusive 5th-year option. If you get a guy in the second round, you don't have that 5th-year option. If it takes this wide receiver a couple years to finally develop, and then it's pretty much buy him out for the 5th-year option, Bri. And so you got him locked up for 5 years, and that's pretty much the prime time for wide receivers. And then we can be able to dump some of this Deshaun Watson money and some of this other capital that we have to, in case we have to sign a premier wide receiver if we do get a wide receiver 1 out of this draft. Now, that might be stupid thinking on my part. People probably call me stupid for that, but I really do think that would be the move to do, because then you would have a young offensive tackle or guard or whoever you draft be able for the 5th-year option, and then also a wide receiver for the 5th-year option. So no matter what, I'm not saying you're guaranteed 5 years, but you could be guaranteed 5 years with these 2 players. Now, if you do 2 offensive linemen, would I be upset? No, but I would be like, they better be starters if you're going to draft them there. And we've already addressed the offensive line already in free agency. So that's why I'm kind of like, if they draft 2, I'd be like, really? Like, you did all this work in the offseason and free agency to bring people in for this offensive line. Now you're going to draft 2 in the first round and expect one of them to sit. Like, probably first rounders, especially offensive linemen that are drafted, are starters. They're not going to be sitting. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. There's 5 positions. If you can't get one starting position from your first round pick, then I would say that would be a failure. Unless you're, a Super Bowl caliber team and you're picking round 30, then you draft one for the future or something. But most of the time, especially picking in the top 10, that you plug and play.
I think with this draft alone, I think they need to get 2 people that are starters right out of the gate. And I think the best way to do that would be a left tackle and a wide receiver. There's 2 starters right out of the gate.
Yeah, and the good thing is they will have options, because from what I've seen, based on rankings, based on mock drafts, there's a lot of offensive tackles and a lot of wide receivers that are drafted between 20 and 50.
Mm-hmm.
So if you choose, we don't talk about it much, but just in case, if Andrew Berry throws us all a curveball and he takes a position that's not tackle or wide receiver at number 6, you'll still have options to get. That's why I wouldn't freak out too much, but with those first 3 picks, 3 top 40 picks, you have to come away with a tackle and a wide receiver, even if it's not till 24 and 37 or whatever we have. Yeah,
I agree. I agree, Bri. They have to. He's got to have another A+ draft. He's got to hit on these first 3 picks, and they got to be, if not home runs, they got to be triples, Bri. At least triples. We can't handle a single or a double right now. We need triples and home runs. So, little baseball analogy since spring fever is happening, which is really
Here we go.
right. It's 25 degrees outside and it's snowing on St. Patty's Day. Like, what is going on in Cleveland? Like,
And a meteor, like you talked earlier.
I'm Brian. I'm not lying.
What's going on?
I think Jesus is mad at us for building a new stadium in Brook Park. He's sending the locusts and the weather, and then the meteorite. Like,
maybe Jesus is coming back. Maybe Jesus is coming back soon. And this is like the beginning of it. There's a lot of stuff that kind of points to that with the war that's going on. So we won't get too far deep into that. But
we don't
it's
do
just
politics on this show.
I feel like that wasn't politics. There was nothing. I said nothing about politics, religion. Steer clear of that. But I feel like this is just weather in Cleveland. This is just you enjoy the good days and then you kind of gut it out through the tough days. I had a great Sunday grilling out, spent a lot of time outside. It was awesome.
We did too. We had boys weekend. We went.
Okay.
We went and got some sushi, Bri. All you can eat sushi. Found out that the kids don't like certain fishes. Or
I'm right there with them.
So, what was really funny is I got a picture I'll show you later of Charlie. You'll love it. It's like, Dad, why am I eating this? And it was like that kind of picture. So we'll show that later. We'll get more to that in Fat Boy Tuesday.
So would they choose? You said, "Hey, kid." Well, I guess they would if you went out for all you can eat sushi. All you can eat sushi over to like all you can eat wings, or just the mood they're in.
Alex would, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlie, yeah, it's slippery. Yeah.
Dad would go for wings still, right?
I actually would go for sushi because I don't get it that often. I can get wings whenever I want to, Bri. This is like, me. Well, I'm sorry, bud. Like, this is like a special boys' day because we can't do it because we kill hope if we went to this place.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah. I guess I forgot about that. That's your one opportunity. You're telling me you're going out for sushi on Boys' Day. I got some questions, but then remembering that the only time you can ever have sushi is when she's not around.
Well, sushi or shellfish like shrimp and crab and lobster, which I love, scallops, which, hey, the boys did try. This is the best part. They did try eel and octopus while we were there.
I have never tried those. So
Alexander liked both.
Is that Charlie, right? Have you had this?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You'll eat anything.
Yeah, I will eat anything. Charlie did not like the eel, but he was okay with the octopus.
Do you dunk these in butter?
No, this isn't butter kind of dunking stuff. Like, this was sashimi. So this was like fresh cut fish on top of rice. You maybe dunk it in a little bit of soy sauce, but that's about it.
I never feel like more of a hillbilly than when you start talking about sashimi. Like, I don't think I know what that is. Definitely never had it. So, don't care to have it.
So sushi comes in the roll. Okay, so that's the roll that they get. Sashimi is a little thing of rice, almost like a Reese's egg for Easter. And then they put a fresh.
Let me explain to the hillbilly what this fancy dish is. It's like a Reese cup, you moron. All right, thanks. Got it.
Well, no, I'm just saying that the size of it. It's just a little bowl rice.
That's funny.
And then they slice the fresh fish and they lay it over top of the rice. So it comes out like, maybe 1.5 inches long or something like that.
Good to know. In case it ever comes up on Jeopardy, now I know.
There you go. All right, here we go. All right, Brian, let's get into the cast before we get into March Madness and the wonderful St. Paddy's Fat Boy Tuesday. Brian, so I do have to ask a question. We did blow out, last I saw, we blew out the Mavs on their court, and then the Mavs kind of just owned us on our court. Tonight, we are playing, actually, tip off here in about 5 minutes. We're playing the Bucks on a road trip. Jared Allen is out. He's hurt. Max Strus is back now.
Yeah.
So, Brian, do you have any concerns about this team going into the playoffs?
Oh, absolutely. I think if you're telling me you don't have concerns about this team, you're lying to yourself, or you just don't follow the team super close. Because the way I see it, and not to read too much into one game on a Sunday afternoon, but like I feel like championship teams don't lose that game that we lost on Sunday. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially when you
eh,
still had Harden and Mitchell, and I felt like they were
everybody,
feeding. Well, I
everybody
felt like
except JA.
yeah, I felt like they were trying to feed Strus to get Strus going because it was his first game back.
And he did well.
I'm not saying he didn't, but man, it was weird. It's like for some odd reason, us on Sunday matinee games, we just get our doors blown off.
And I know hindsight 2020, but I feel like I looked at one point and the Cavs were minus 1,500 to win that game,
Mm-hmm.
and the Mavericks were like plus because Vegas just royally bohica when it comes to, it was like plus 700 or plus 800. So minus 1,500 plus 700 doesn't seem to add up, but should have taken the Mavericks. The Cavs blew them out the couple days before. They were coming home, and so they thought, "Oh, we got this. We just kicked this team's butt. They're not a threat to us. It's a Sunday afternoon game. We can go out." Like I feel like the Cavs didn't even start thinking about the game until maybe 11:30 on Sunday morning. And so they thought, well, we could just show up and yeah, they're tanking. We'll just show up and we'll wake up mid second quarter and then we'll just turn it on and run away from them. And so, yeah, like I said, I feel like championship teams don't blow games like that. They can sleepwalk through games like that and still find a way to win. And we sleptwalk through it. And I don't know. I didn't pay super close attention to it, but I saw Max Strus had a decent game. And so you had him back. Maybe they were trying too hard, like you said, to get him involved. But I'd hate to see what that game would have been like if we didn't have Strus. He put him, 24, 25?
Mm-hmm. 24.
And 24. So you take those 24 points away. I don't know how else we would have made up for it. We might have got our doors blown off the other way. But yeah, just an effort game, just a focus game. We weren't ready, clearly, and just thought that we could just kind of breeze through it. And they showed, I don't know if to call the Mavericks a tanking team. I don't know if that's fair because they have a lot of young talent that still wants to prove a lot. And Cooper Flagg certainly is a young up-and-comer, and anytime he can take on a top 10 team in the league, he's probably going to want to do some damage. So again, I guess maybe since it's still relatively fresh in my mind, I just feel like, yeah, it doesn't give me a great feeling because just they still, every time I think we're going to overcome some of these obstacles, it feels like we take one step forward, two steps back. And, they're just not going to really prove anything to me in the regular season that's going to make me think we can get it done in the playoffs. They're just going to have to show up and prove it.
Yeah, this team has been kind of Jekyll and Hyde ever since the trade. There's times where they're hot and they look invincible, and then there's times where they just they flop an egg, and it's questionable because when they flop an egg, it's not like it's to a good team. It's like you've had a stretch of games now where these are all winnable games, and you've been kind of like so against people. I think my biggest concern going into and this is the segue to the next question, would be how would Kenny Atkinson set up this lineup going into the playoffs? You've been playing, Brian, let's be honest, 16 people at nights. You've been pretty much the whole bench has played. I mean, Craig Porter Jr. all the way down to Travis Proctor, like everybody has played this season. And you're getting close to the playoffs. You got to start dialing in what you want as your playoff lineup. but I don't know how he can do it with the amount of people that we have. I think there's too many people for him to narrow it down to 9, and especially, the veterans like Max Strus, who hasn't played the entire season pretty much until this last section. You got Jared Allen out with a tendonitis in the knee, and it's been almost a week now, and it will be a week because he's missing the next 3 games. He's not doing the road trip. So I'm concerned that this team is not going to be gelling with their starting 5 and their core players going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair concern because they have not gelled yet. It's still, when you have 3 new guys, and they're probably in your top 8, maybe 9 playoff rotation. 3 of them are brand new. Just within the last month, they need time to get used to their teammates, and they're just not getting it right now. So I think it's very fair to wonder, will they get a chance to do that before we start playing some meaningful games here? And, a 7-game series sounds like a long series, but you lose 3 of the first 4 and you're really kind of pooping down your leg. So
first 2 out of the gate, you're pooping down your leg.
Right, because at this time, we still think we're going to get a home court advantage as a 4 seed, but there's not much difference between the 4 seed and the 5 seed. So I wouldn't say it's a lock that we're a top 4 seed at this point. There's a lot of basketball left. I do know I put in a bet for the Cavs to be over 52.5. And I did it before the Mavericks game last week, the first one. And by my calculations, they had to go 13-3 the rest of the way. And after we get off here, I'm going to look at the cash out options because according to that, I can only lose 2 more games, and I don't think we'll have this great focus for the next 14 or 15 games. They're going to blow a couple more easy ones. You look at their schedule, they'll probably be favored in, 12 or 14 or whatever. But yeah, you can't trust. After losing to Dallas, you can't trust them against hardly anybody. Now, they'll come back because they'll be motivated tonight. So tonight would be the night to bet on them. They'll be motivated tonight after getting embarrassed on Sunday, and on the road, maybe it helps because it's more like a business trip and you don't have all the distractions you do at home. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a brewing question for me, and I don't want to overtake your question. But I think something's brewing with Evan Mobley. I think this is a really big postseason for him because the honeymoon with him is just about over. I agree. Darius Garland took a lot of the blame over the last couple of years. Certainly Jared Allen has, rightfully so in some instances, but Evan Mobley, a lot more is expected of him than Jared Allen. So if he doesn't go out and win us a couple of playoff games and put the team on his back, and if we come up short again, I think you have to start pointing the fingers at Evan Mobley. And because he's a nice guy, nobody wants to do that. We've been hearing for years, he's young, he's still young, there's still time. Well, if it's not going to happen now, I don't know when it's going to happen.
I agree, Bri. I truly agree with that one. He needs to step up because with Jared Allen now, he is the big guy. He's got to be the one, being the enforcer in the paint and everything else. And it seems like he really hasn't been. I'm not saying he hasn't played well. He's got double-doubles, everything like that. But I'm expecting more from him right now. It's bad when I say that as of right now, even though I know he's got a better outside shot than Jared Allen, it's bad that I say that I think Jared Allen is a little bit above Evan Mobley right now, especially with this team and the way it's set up.
The record would indicate that too, aren't we? Like 8-9 or something with Jared Allen out of the lineup, or 9-8, 9-7.
So I'm just, it's weird. It's weird. All right, Bri. Well, that's the end of our Cavs talk. Bri, you want to get into the quick fire March Madness bracket for us that we will submit in to the ESPN Tournament Challenge?
Sure.
All right, Bri, do you want to alternate or do you want to just debate as we go?
We can debate as we go. We'll make it quick. I've looked at the bracket. I have not filled out my bracket yet, so maybe I'll start learning some things as we go here about how I feel about certain teams.
All right, we will start off here in the East. Number 1, Duke versus number 16, Siena.
Yep, Duke, we can move on.
Okay. Number 8, Ohio State versus number 9, TCU.
Well, you said you think TCU is going to win pretty easily, right?
I think so.
Who am I to fight you? I'll go TCU.
TCU. Number 5, St. John's versus number 12, Northern Iowa. I got St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's. I've heard Northern Iowa is a very veteran team, so the 12-5 matchup is always. You feel pretty strongly about St. John's, so I'll go with St. John's with you.
All right, number 4, Kansas versus California Baptist.
Yeah, I think Kansas just has way too much talent for California Baptist. You said.
I think so. It said CA Baptist.
I think, Calabasas maybe. But it doesn't matter either way.
All right. Number
Kansas.
6, Louisville. Number 11, South Florida.
I've heard things about South Florida. That would be my lean right now. What do you think?
I'm not going to lie. I'm leaning with you, too. I heard things about South Florida, too, buddy.
Okay. That Brian Hart line.
Uh-huh. Number 3, Michigan State versus North Dakota State.
Michigan State, unless you got a problem.
Nope. Number 7, UCLA. Number 10, UCF.
I would lean UCLA, not knowing much about UCF, but you tell me.
UCLA too, and then UConn over Furman, correct?
Yep, there you go.
Correct. All right, we are going to go now to the West. Arizona, Long Island State.
Arizona.
Number 8, Villanova. Number 9, Utah State.
Boy, I'll leave that to you.
I'm going to go Villanova. They've had a pretty solid program, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go Villanova on that one. Wisconsin versus High Point. 5-12 matchup.
I like Wisconsin a lot.
I like Wisconsin a lot, too. Hawaii, number 13 versus Arkansas, number 4.
Arkansas has that one kid who's a stud. Took him all the way to the championship, so I would say them.
Arkansas it is. BYU versus play in Texas or NC State.
So BYU has, I think he's going to be he's the number 1 recruit coming out of high school. I think he's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft, which is crazy to think going to BYU. So unless you have a big problem with it, I would go BYU, just having that one guy that takes over.
I don't have a problem with it. We're going to go Gonzaga, Kennesaw State, 3-14.
Hard to argue Gonzaga, time and time again.
Here's one where I'm going to have problems with. Number 7, Miami versus number 10, Missouri.
I would lean towards Missouri based on what I said today what I heard today about basically being a home game for Missouri.
Yeah, I'm going to go Missouri too. Number 2, Purdue versus number 15, Queens.
God bless you. I think Purdue's peaking at the right time. Big Ten champs.
All right, we're in the Midwest bracket now, Bri. Michigan and whoever they play. Michigan.
Yep, go blue.
Georgia, St. Louis, 8-9.
St. Louis is pretty tough. They might cause Michigan some trouble in the second round, so I would go St. Louis.
I'm going St. Louis.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that dude, he's still playing for his 11th year.
Okay. Is it Kareem's son?
No.
Oh.
It's some kid. I don't know his real name. but that's the nickname they've given him.
Okay.
He's almost like Jared Lorenzen, to where he's got a bunch of really good nicknames.
I got you.
You'll have to look him up.
All right, Texas Tech versus Akron. Bry, I got to go Akron here.
Yeah, I like Akron. Texas Tech All-American is out.
So let's go Akron. Alabama Hofstra.
Boy, Alabama, like their number 2 scorer, their second best player got kicked off the team for some drug arrest or something. So if you're looking for a big upset, it could be Hofstra, but I just don't know anything about them. So I would go Alabama.
You know something? Let's have some fun. Let's go Hofstra here, buddy.
Okay, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, they're gonna be reeling.
All right, here we go. Brian, this is going to break your heart right now. Tennessee or Miami of Ohio or SMU?
Boy, I don't know. I would leave it to you if you got a strong feeling. Okay, I'd root for that. You know that.
All right, Virginia Wright State.
I think Virginia's pretty good.
Okay. Virginia, Kentucky, Santa Clara.
It's a popular upset pick. What the heck? Let's have some fun. Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. Iowa State, Tennessee State.
I would say Iowa State, unless you want to have a little more fun.
No, let's keep it. Even though Iowa State has lost before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian. We are going over to the Central South. Florida. Obviously Florida, right?
There you go.
All right. Clemson, Iowa.
Iowa, I guess, unless you want to
Hawkeyes.
Otherwise. Okay.
Vanderbilt, McNeese.
I feel like Vanderbilt's in for a letdown after the SEC tournament, but if you want to pick McNeese, you go right ahead. Otherwise, Vandy.
I'm going to go Vandy.
Okay.
Nebraska, Troy.
Boy, I guess Nebraska by default.
Mm-hmm. North Carolina, VCU.
Another popular upset pick. Let's go VCU.
That's what I'm going with, too.
Missing their best player.
All right. Illinois, Penn.
I think Illinois is pretty good.
Illinois. St. Mary's, Texas A&M.
I like A&M. What are the seeds here?
7-7. Yeah.
Yeah. A&M.
And Houston, Idaho.
Houston.
All right, here we go. All right, Brian, we are going back up top. I'm sorry, this might be a little bit of a longer show tonight for everybody that's watching. Obviously, I can't see the comments. Let's see here. Good, there is no comments, so we can keep this up and just have fun. All right, Brian, so we're going back up top, buddy. Duke, TCU.
Unless you love TCU, let's go Duke.
Duke. All right, St. John's, Kansas.
Boy. Because I know you love St. John's, I'll give you St. John's.
You're giving me St. John's. All right,
yep.
I appreciate it, buddy. All right, South Florida, Michigan State.
Yeah, I think Michigan State's pretty good.
Okay, and UConn, UCLA.
You tell me.
I'm going to go UConn. They've been playing good.
That's what I would do.
Okay, next we're going to go back to the South. Florida, Iowa.
Florida.
All right, here's a fun one. Vandy, Nebraska.
I don't know. I would lean Vandy if given those two. What do you think?
I think I'm going to leave Vandy too.
Okay.
VCU, Illinois. Illinois is just too tough, right?
Yeah, agreed.
All right, Illinois, and then we go down to the bottom. Texas A&M and Houston.
Houston, I suppose.
All right, Iowa State, Santa Clara, Bry. Iowa State.
Yep.
Here we go. Miami of Ohio or Virginia.
I think Virginia's is too tough, unfortunately.
Fine. Here is the barn burner right here. Akron or Hofstra?
Boy, how could you not go Akron?
Go
Those
Zip!
two are paired up. Yeah.
Michigan, St. Louis.
It could be a tough one, but you know my allegiance.
I'll give you Michigan. All right, Brad, coming up to the top. Purdue, Missouri.
Purdue.
Gonzaga, BYU.
Zags.
All right, let's scroll up. Wisconsin, Arkansas.
I like Wisconsin a lot.
I do too. The last time I liked Wisconsin a lot. They killed me, but I'll give it. And then Arizona, Villanova.
Yeah, not knowing much about Villanova. Arizona's very good.
All right, Bri, here we are. I believe we're in the Elite 8.
Sweet 16.
No, are we in the Sweet 16?
Oh, is it Elite 8?
Yeah, well, no, we will be in the
Sweet
Elite 8.
16 games to get to Elite 8, yeah.
So, Duke, St. John's.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to go St. John's. I think this might be St. John's year.
Okay.
All right, Arizona, Wisconsin.
I like Wisconsin.
All right, I'm giving you Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Michigan State, UConn.
What do you say?
I'm going UConn, Bri.
I would agree. Yep, that's where I'm going.
Hey, I love Michigan State, but they always get one of these games where they're just a clunker, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gonzaga, Purdue.
Purdue for me.
I'm going to go Purdue too. All right, then we're going to scroll down here. Florida, Vandy.
They just played, and Vandy kicked the crap out of them. But I think Florida gets revenge here.
Bri, Michigan versus Akron.
Come on now.
Go Zips!
As much as I love the MAC, boy, that would be if Akron won, it would be a run we haven't seen since 2002. Kent State, was it?
Well, or VCU when they had their run.
No, I'm talking MAC schools.
Oh, MAC schools, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the one.
So next up, Houston, Illinois.
Oh, that's tough. All right, go ahead. It's in Houston. I think it's in Houston.
Is it in Houston?
Which doesn't seem fair. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm
just
still going.
Just let you know. All right, here you go.
Iowa State, Virginia.
Yeah, I would say Virginia because I'm not super impressed with Iowa State, to be honest.
All right, there we go. We have them. So, Bri, Florida, Illinois.
That's you. Pick it.
I'm going to go Fighting Illini.
Okay.
All right, Bri, I'm giving this one to you. Michigan, Virginia.
I feel comfortable in Michigan with that one.
Of course you would. All right, up top.
Did you have to ask?
I did have to ask, though.
Okay,
up top,
gotcha.
Here we go. We got 2 versus 5s up top. St. John's versus UConn.
I like UConn. I think you like St. John's. We might have to flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
Do you have anything?
Let's go Wisconsin, Purdue.
Boy, that's a tough one. I just have a hard time picking against Purdue.
All right, so you're going Purdue. I'll go Purdue. St. John's, UConn. All right, Bri, how are we going to do this?
Gotta find something to flip. You want me to flip something?
You got a coin down there?
All right, we got skull or no skull on the on my little earbuds here. So I'm not gonna. Skull is you pick skull, not no skull. Well, tell me skull or no skull, and then if you get it right, we go with your pick.
We're going with skull. We're going skull on this one.
Yep, that's skull. So
Okay.
Your pick, St. John's.
St. John's. All right. All right, Bri. We're getting here to the nitty gritty. We're in the Final Four now. All right. We have St. John's and Illinois. And I want you to realize we got 3 Big Ten schools in here.
I know. I'm starting to realize I really do like the Big Ten a lot because I like Wisconsin a lot too. I don't know if you go St. John's because that's your team.
You go Michigan.
There you go.
Okay. Now here we go.
Now, how do we figure this out?
Okay, so let's do.
I think we need to have a fist fight or something in downtown.
So let's first get the total points. So I'm going to guess like, what do we say? 147. Does that sound about right to you?
So that would be about 73, 74. Yeah, that does sound about right. I think Michigan is more of a. I don't know much about St. John's as far as offensively. Michigan's more of a defensive team, so I would say it would be a little low scoring. So 147, I like it.
You like it? 147.
Yep.
All right, Bri.
Paper, rock, scissors for this?
All right. All right, you ready? It's 1, 2, 3, shoot. Right?
Yep. Get it close.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
I'm scissors. Were you scissors?
I was scissors.
Okay.
There might be a delay. This kind of sucks, but we're going
to No, it's fine.
1, 2, 3,
shoot. Paper?
Okay, I'm paper.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
shoot.
Yeah, St. John's, baby.
St. John's. Next up, you got to name me one St. John player.
Rick Pitino.
Well done.
Does that work?
Yeah, good enough. Sure.
All right, we are okay. We got to print it off and submitted bracket. All right, we'll get it. I'll get everything else finished up there. All right, Brian, let's get into Fat Boy Tuesday. God, that was fun. It's been a while because I love doing brackets with you. We have fun doing brackets.
Yeah.
We did brackets
for
years.
Sure.
I'm not even going to play the sounder for Fat Boy Tuesday. We're just going to have some fun with it. It is St. Paddy's Day. It is corned beef. It is red potatoes. It is cabbage. It is Reuben's. It is Jameson's. It is Killian's. It is Guinness. It is just, hey, Cleveland's got, I think, the second biggest St. Paddy's Day parade besides Chicago.
Maybe third. I think Boston is up there, too.
Oh, I forgot about Boston. Well, of course, Boston. Bri, I mean, it's St. Paddy's Day. Did you have some corned beef today at all?
I did, absolutely. Usually I don't, but my mom was watching Madison today, and so she's like, I'm going to make corned beef. And so we had corned beef, we had potatoes, we had carrots, we had cabbage, we had macaroni and cheese, we had...
Oh, shit.
We had the Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. We had tiramisu, although since I gave up sweets, I did not get the tiramisu, so I had extra mac and cheese, which was delicious. So a feast.
Now, was it the good mac and cheese or was it like Kraft mac and cheese?
No, well, it was, I want to say she's a big fan of, most of it was homemade, but she's a big fan of Sam's Club. So the tiramisu and I believe the mac and cheese were Sam's Club, but it was really good.
Like I said, I had some corned beef and cabbage at work. God, it was so good too. Rick hooked us up today. Got some corned beef, cabbage, potatoes, carrots. You got to have cabbage with it too. I don't know why, but just soaks up all the juice from that corned beef. I know that lines were probably out the wazoo for wonderful corned beef sandwiches from Slyman's and everything else, which that would be the segue for our top three coming up here in a second. But Bri, if you're going to drink Irish, buddy, what's your favorite Irish drink?
I'm a fan of the red ales, so any red ale beer.
Do you like Killian's?
Killian's. I have the Conways tonight. What was the other one? I don't like Guinness is Irish beer, right? I'm not a big fan of the Guinness.
You don't like
Yeah, I don't mind the stout. Guinness is just too much work for not enough alcohol. It's like 4.2% or something like that, and
You're
yeah, you
drinking
got
a
to chew it.
milkshake.
Yeah, you got to chew it going down. So I'm more of a fan of the red ales. Any red ale really will do. Whenever I go to a brewery, if I see a red ale, no matter what time of year, I'm at least considering getting it.
All right. Remind me, bud. I am going to have to take you to a place in Westlake, and I know they're still open. Loco Leprechaun.
Oh yeah, I know it.
And,
Yeah, it's right
and,
off of Center Ridge.
and they do their own red ale there. They have a light and they have a dark. And I'm telling you what, Bri, and plus they got a Reuben pizza that I think you would enjoy.
Oh, okay. Speaking of, we just had we were down in with my mother-in-law. We were down in Ashland. We went to a place called Ohio Fire on Saturday and got the Reuben pizza. It was pretty good.
Yeah, and if you can do it right, but they do like it's a rye crust too, Bri. It's not a pizza crust. So
Oh,
they do
okay. Interesting.
like a rye bread crust, and everything's like legit. But yeah, their red ales. It's like was it at the time? Now this was probably like 10 years ago,
Uh-huh.
maybe 15 years ago. It was $1.50 a pint because it was in house.
Wow. Rumors of a certain Cavs player that might have hit the biggest shot in Cavs history.
Are you
Used to
talking about
love
Mr.
going
Booby
to the
Gibson?
Well, he used to love going to Local Leprechaun. A little bit bigger than Booby.
A little bit bigger than Booby. Kyrie
The
used to
biggest
like that?
the biggest shot in Cavs history. Booby Gibson didn't hit that.
Kyrie never went there.
I didn't say Kyrie. I just said I heard some things.
Biggest shot in Cleveland. The only biggest shot in Cleveland is Kyrie.
I'll leave you to connect the dots there.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, but Brad, let's segue over into our top three. I will play the top three sounder, and then we'll get in our trivia and we'll close out the show, bud. Brad, give me your top three sandwich spots here in Cleveland.
Okay. Well, I got number 3 maybe is I don't know. Some people might be mad because it's not really a deli, but it's a grocery store, and it's in Medina, and they're all over Northeast Ohio. Bueller's. I don't think there's one up by you, but they have a deli there, and so they make their own sandwiches that you can just grab and take home.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I'm in there and passing through, I always seem to grab one, or every couple times I'm in there, I grab one. So I would put that number 3. My number 2, Corky and Lenny's on the east side. I didn't love it at first, you know that, but I don't think I got the right sub. And this is eerily close to our meat to bread ratio debate, because I feel like this is kind of where it all began. And so, you know me, you're more of the deli guy. I'm more of the subs guy, because I feel like delis, you really have to be careful. Too many delis, they think, and some people love it, they think I'm just going to load a ton of meat onto a sandwich and people are going to love that. And some people do, but I don't. I need that ratio between, to me, good bread can set you apart from just being an average deli, whereas some people think, let me just put this great meat on bread and they're going to love it. So I don't want to take up too much time with that, but Corky and Lenny's was very good. And then my number 1, I asked you earlier, it's not a chain, but there's enough around Northeast Ohio. My favorite one is Panini's, the Panini sandwich.
Panini sandwich. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And Corky and Lenny's is closed now. It is a sushi bar. So
Okay.
you want to
Have
go
you
get
been?
Gintaro? That's where we went to. We went to the Gintaro in Westgate here in
Okay.
Fairview Park. So
Gotcha.
By the way, so going back to Charlie got a shrimp hand roll. Now, a hand roll is not a traditional roll. It comes almost looking like an ice cream cone with seaweed, shrimp, and everything stuffed in, and you just eat it like an ice cream cone. He was not a fan.
Okay.
So just that one.
Good to know.
So my number 3, and this is closer to work like you. Davis's Deli.
Sure.
I speak highly of it. God, they got some great sandwiches there. And they got anything and everything. They got specialty sandwiches. They have fresh baked bread, cookies, all that stuff. So Davis's Deli, go check them out. Bride number 2. Now, I have found this only because of my kids and where they go to school at. I was looking for a quick sandwich because I was early to pick them up. I hadn't eaten lunch yet, and I went to go find something. Bride, Captain's Grill on Stower Avenue, right by like West 53rd or something like that, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there, and the first time I went in there, I got their gyro because I just wanted to see. By the way, the price is worth it too. If you go there, you get a nice size sandwich for what you get. But the last time I went, I got a Reuben with French fries and Bry. I'm not gonna lie. I love Reubens. You know, I'm a Reuben fan. They rank in the top 5 of my Reuben collection. They did really good. So please go check them out. It's called Captain's Grill, and it's on Stower Avenue. Like I said, down by West 53rd area. So go check them out. Bri, and they have everything, Bri. They have Phillies. They're one of those places that got like Phillies, gyros, sandwiches, all that kind of stuff. Number 1 for me, and it is right beside my house, Bri, and I don't go there enough, and I should. Fragapan's Deli. Bakery and deli. Bri, they do make sandwiches in-house, and if I am going to recommend a sandwich to anybody, it is the Fragabomb. And that thing is loaded up with everything. So go check them out.
What is everything?
Oh, dude, it's like a loaded Italian. It's like a super Italian.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's up my alley.
So, like, they have, let's see here, sandwiches. They have the Italian ham, corned beef, goose liver. There you go. You want a goose liver sandwich?
I think I'm good.
All right. Salami, chicken, sausage, 3-meat combo. You can pick your 3-meat combo. Capico and meatball and mortadella sandwiches. But you can also turn them into subs if you want to make a sub too. So
that's probably what I would do. What about Ferraras? I thought about Ferraras.
I haven't had Ferraras in so long, even though I do love Ferraras. Man, it was so good when we went there. I remember getting yelled at Ferraras.
You used to go up there with your buddy all the time.
Was I? All right, I'm not taking shots.
No, again, I set you up to just get yourself in trouble.
Keep the safety on this one. All right. Even though I want to uncock it and let it go, but we're not going to. We're better about that now. But yeah, Ferraras has got some great sandwiches and stuff too. They really do. I remember getting yelled at in there because I went to pay like, it's cash only. I'm like, what do you mean it's cash only? It's $1,036. Like, what the hell is this?
Well, they don't want to pay taxes. I get it.
Trust me, I know. And I'm pretty sure I thought there was somebody from the back, from the mob, that was going to come out and break my kneecaps if I didn't
Probably. Probably.
So, all right, Brian, let's get into our trivia, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland, and we will close out the show. Brian, you asked me NCAA March Madness trivia. What was it?
I'm looking for the active coach with the most tournament wins.
And you said there's 2 of them.
There's 2 tied at the top.
2 tied at the top. I am going to go with Tom Izzo.
That's one of them.
And let's go Rick Pitino.
Rick Pitino is a couple behind. Tom Izzo has 59. Pitino 55.
Let's throw in Calipari.
There you go. Calipari. 59
right.
also. Bill Self was in between them. 56.
I was going to say Bill Self too, but
Yep, those are the big four.
Those are the big
that,
four
that are there. So theoretically, any of them can be at the top after this year.
After this year. So at the top, it's probably Krzyzewski.
Krzyzewski's far and away number one. 101 tournament victories.
Jesus.
Next guy has 79.
I wonder how much money he spent there at Duke to buy all those players.
That's a lot of just for men.
Allegedly.
Him and Ryan Day, they got the same dealer.
Uh-huh. Well, at least they're not. At least they're not breaking into estranged mistresses' houses and.
You don't want to talk about that now. What happened to your president?
Which president? Oh,
the Ohio State president. Yeah, I don't think you want to talk. You really? Now's not the time to be bringing up inappropriate relationships, buddy.
Jeffrey Epstein Island. Here we go.
What? Les Wexner or whatever his name? Wexner? Yeah. Him and Epstein were boys. I'm not talking about that. You brought up that. I'm not touching that.
What? Not touching what?
Anything with Epstein's name.
Oh, I gotcha. Dude,
Les Wexner, though, that's your guy.
I know. All right, Brian, we're here at the end of the show. Thank you guys, everybody, for watching our St. Patty's Day special. We'll be back next Tuesday.
Got off the rails there a little bit. That's your fault.
Hey, no, you started this with the.
No, you brought up Sharon Moore.
No.
Up your president.
This way before that with Ferraras.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was the few people. Hopefully, Ryan's listening to the episode. Maybe he'll get a kick out of that.
Hopefully, he'll get a kick out of that too. Maybe he'll get a kick out of the back of the bathroom too. All right, so we're here at the end of the show. We want to thank our troops and first responders for everything you guys do. Please be safe out there, especially with everything that's going on. We're not touching politics or anything like that, but thank you for everything you guys do. We truly appreciate it here on this show. Brian, God bless them.
God bless you. God bless America.
All right. We are Legal Ham to the Face. We definitely uncorked, unloaded. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Have a great night, everybody. See you then.